So in this video, we're going to be testing a few different ARs because there's some weird rumors. Now this comes about because, although I know exactly where it comes from, I'm not going to get involved in that. A lot of people have been asking me, is Bighorn actually worth it in the Incursion, and specifically against lovebirds? So I did a lot of math around this, and although potentially Bighorn can be very powerful, we wanted to test it in real time within the game, because looking at spreadsheet numbers doesn't tell you how the overall performance of that weapon is going to be, simply because there is a separate stacking mechanic. So the math of this is actually pretty simple. This is without Bighorn's stacks. So as we can hopefully see here, Bighorn is doing quite a lot less in burst DPS, however in sustained DPS, again, Bighorn is still lacking. We're like 22% less. Now when we add in Bighorn stacks, yes, on headshots we're going to be doing like nearly 12% more, and on body shots we're doing 72% less. Now the issue here is, obviously we want to go for headshots, but how quick can we build those stacks, and does it make enough of a difference to actually outperform the FAMAS, which basically isn't going to need any of those stacks, which is what we are essentially wanting to test. Are the stack gain rates of Bighorn enough to dethrone the FAMAS in this very specific situation? And again, in terms of sustained DPS, which is the main thing that you're really going to be wanting to look at, because it takes more than one mag to kill these bosses. So does the sustained of Bighorn having 6% more actually make a difference if we build up those stacks quick enough? However, because we were talking about stacking, I then wanted to look at Chameleon. Chameleon, technically, is probably the most powerful AR in the game, and until Ouroboros came around, it was probably, like, in terms of overall performance, aside from its accuracy, it's probably the highest burst as well as sustained DPS weapon in the game. It's kind of stupid how powerful the weapon is at full stack, which hopefully you can see here. It is absolutely outperforming both the FAMAS as well as the Bighorn. So what we did, I am running Chameleon on the first run, Hutchler is running FAMAS, Toasty is running Bighorn, and we wanted to compare our damage between each other as well as what we would then do, because in the next round I would run Bighorn, Hutchler would run Chameleon, Toasty FAMAS, and on the third round, Hutchler Bighorn, Toasty Chameleon, and I would run FAMAS. Now the way we did this is we'd run through the Incursion, get to the lovebirds, leave group, and then rejoin on the healer who remained in the Incursion. This means it will reset all of our stats, minus the healers, so that we can compare just damage to named elites, such as being the two lovebirds. So in round 1, Hutchler on the FAMAS won, in second place Chameleon, in third place Bighorn. Pretty self-explanatory. We're just looking at damage to named elite. Again though, first FAMAS, second Chameleon, third Bighorn. This is mostly kind of expected, simply just because Hutchler with a FAMAS. Let's face it. I came second place with the Chameleon, and then Toasty third with Bighorn. Not a lot of us have experience with some of these weapons. On the second round, Hutchler coming in first place again, but this time he had a Chameleon. Toasty coming in second place with the FAMAS, and I came in third with the Bighorn. Just so you can see them again in comparison. First Chameleon, second FAMAS, third Bighorn. Seems to be already there's a bit of a pattern. It really is dependent on how quickly you can get your stacks with Chameleon. However, FAMAS is a very good second area. And in the third round, so that each one of us has had a turn with each weapon, Toasty came in first with Chameleon, Hutchler in second with Bighorn, and third me with the FAMAS. Due to a player error, annoyingly, I got like under half the damage that the others. But you can see again, Chameleon, this is its second time winning. Bighorn, then FAMAS. Now obviously all three of us play in very different ways, so the next thing to actually do was to compare ourselves against ourselves, which is what this is. So Hutchler, His first place was Chameleon with 513 mil, his second was FAMAS with 504 mil, and his third place was Bighorn with 456 mil. Then with Toasty, again, Chameleon 485 mil, his second place is Bighorn with 346 mil, and his third place is FAMAS with 285 mil. Finally is me, Chameleon, again, third place with 431 mil, second place FAMAS with 229 mil, and then third place Bighorn with 210 mil. Now obviously this isn't going to be an absolutely 100% accurate test, simply because we can't play 3 rounds of Lovebirds exactly the same. We tried, and to be honest, the big takeaway from this is, one, everyone needs a Hutchler in their team. Like he won all of them, like in terms of overall performance. It was unreal. Secondly, this test was a ball ache, and I hated every second of it. Like, seriously. One thing we did have of note is Chameleon absolutely is very much worthwhile in the Incursion. Secondly, Bighorn sucks at clearing ads. It is fucking terrible. Have fun, good luck, don't die. It's bad for the health.